What is your favorite George Santos lie of the week?
Well, like I said, I think there's too many to choose from. I think my favorite one was when he put out that press release saying that he was a member of Congress and sworn in, and they hadn't been sworn in yet. It's not even the volume of lies at this point. It's how awfully bad and pathetic they are that strikes me at times. And, you know, it's the thing that I keep going back to in my mind as I watch this saga unfold. I seem to remember a great many Republicans clamoring to see Barack Obama's birth certificate based on absolutely nothing, just innuendo, rumors, conspiracy theories. So I want to know why they aren't insisting on that same level of transparency for someone that is a proven liar, a proven fraud, someone who clearly isn't what he makes himself out to be. I mean, do we even know that this is his real name? Do we even know that he was an American citizen, that he's been born here, that he's eligible to be a member of Congress? Given the volume of lies that we have been, privy to here, I think that every single element of this person's life needs to be turned upside down and verified, because it's entirely possible that he may not even be eligible to be a member of Congress if we got the full truth out of him.
Yeah, something tells me that it's probably going to go in that direction, the investigation at least. And it brings me to this question, Barbara, because this is an absurd story and we can kind of joke around about it a little bit. But George Santos could be in real trouble here legally, right? I mean, he's the subject of several different investigations right now, and they could have some serious consequences.
Yeah, I think just the sheer volume of the lies has to cause prosecutors to be looking at things like campaign finance filings. Candidates are required to file all kinds of things about their sources of income, their sources of donations, their spending, and there have been some really eyebrow-raising expenditures that he has claimed, like Brooks Brothers shirts for his staff and really high hotel bills for himself and airline travel for himself. And so, those kinds of things, if inaccurate and signed as true, can be the basis for crimes. I also think that it wouldn't surprise me to see prosecutors examining his conduct for plain old-fashioned fraud, wire fraud, soliciting donations from voters and supporters, political supporters, based on lies that he put on the internet. That would be the basis for a wire fraud case. So I think that's a possibility. There's also this story that an old Brazilian fraud investigation has been rekindled because prosecutors who had lost track of him suddenly know where he is in New York and have resuscitated an old case about him as well. So I do think that he has potential criminal exposure that he's going to have to be dealing with in the coming year.
I was going to say, I'm starting to think that the moniker of the talented Mr. Ripley is not so awkward, except maybe he's not as talented as he thinks he was. Kurt, you've got connections in Republican circles, certainly a lot better than I do. What do they think of this guy? I mean, even the Republicans must think this guy is like, I don't know, what do they think? You tell me.
Kryptonite. I think that there's a reason why there were so many photos of him sitting alone all week. Who the heck wants to be seen next to the guy? They see him as nothing but a liability. Now, granted, obviously, Kevin McCarthy desperately needed every vote that he could possibly muster, and so he stayed out of this entire conversation while trying to negotiate his way to the speakership, and I think we know why that was. But now that that's behind them, I don't think you're going to be seeing a whole lot of folks clamoring to be seen with Mr. Santos. I think it'll be very interesting to see, in fact, what committees they end up putting this guy on, because I think you can make a very serious case that he really shouldn't be allowed to be on any committees right now. There is massive conflicts of interest at play. If there ever was a target for corruption, someone that you can look at on the outside and go, gee, I bet this guy might take a bribe, he would be the one. So he's clearly unfit to serve in Congress, but until they sort this all out, I can't imagine any...
I was going to say, did you not get the press release that he's the chair of the Armed Services Committee? I'm joking. He didn't, I'm joking. No,
hey, the way that Kevin McCarthy negotiates, he might have well given that away for all we know.